20 powerful signs you are your cat's safe place. Cats may have a reputation for independence, but beneath that cool exterior is a creature that craves safety, consistency, and connection. And when a cat chooses you as their sanctuary, it's not a decision they take lightly. They're placing their trust, their instincts, and their quiet affection in your hands. In today's video, we're uncovering the less obvious, but deeply meaningful signs that you are your cat's true safe place, the emotional anchor they return to again and again. These aren't the usual cues like purring or sitting on your lap. We're going deeper into the small, powerful behaviors that reveal just how deeply your cat feels secure with you. Let's get started. 20. They stay when you're upset. Most cats pick up on shifts in energy long before you speak a word. But if your cat chooses to remain nearby, or even get closer, when you're clearly sad, frustrated, or anxious, take notice. They're not just tolerating your emotions, they're holding space for them. To a cat, staying close when you're off balance is a quiet declaration. Even when you're not okay, I still feel safe with you. They're not soothing you. They're showing you they trust your storm won't sweep them away. 19. They resume grooming after being startled. A startled cat that feels unsafe stays on high alert. But a startled cat who quickly returns to licking their paw or smoothing their fur in your presence is broadcasting something profound. The danger has passed because you're here. Grooming is one of the most vulnerable feline behaviors. They only return to it when the nervous system decides the coast is clear. And if that clarity arrives in your presence, it's no accident. It means you are the reassurance. 18. They rest with their back to you. When a cat turns their back, it might look dismissive. But in the feline world, it's the opposite. It's trust in physical form. Your cat knows you won't attack, surprise, or threaten them from behind, so they can finally let their guard down. They aren't ignoring you. They're relaxing because of you. You've become their perimeter. 17. They quietly watch you leave a room. Not every cat sprints after you when you walk away. Some just sit and watch, silent, still, blinking slowly. It's not detachment, it's regulation. You've become such a stable presence that even watching you walk away is comforting. They're not afraid you'll disappear. They're anchored in your rhythm, and they trust you'll return. And that stillness, that's peace. 16. They sleep through noise, but only when you're home. Cats are notorious for being light sleepers. But if your cat sleeps deeply, even through doorbells, music, or kitchen clatter, when you're around, it's not just about comfort. It's about assuredness. You've become the one who filters the chaos. As long as you're nearby, they no longer need to interpret every sound. You've taken on that role, and their body knows it. That nap is more than rest. It's relief. 15. They show no urgency around food if you're near. Food is survival, especially for an instinct-driven creature like a cat. If your cat doesn't immediately scramble to eat when food is placed nearby, and especially if they pause to look at you or stay calmly seated near you, it means something has overridden that primal impulse. You. In your presence, even hunger feels less urgent. That's not just trust, that's surrender. 14. They turn their head away when you approach. A cat that turns its head to the side, not avoiding you, but calmly looking away. When you approach is saying something subtle. I don't need to assess your intentions. It's not a snub. It's a cue of familiarity so deep, your movements don't require interpretation. You're already known. That head turn is not disinterest. It's the absence of fear. 13. They expose only part of their belly, then fall asleep. We've all heard that showing the belly is a sign of trust. But full belly exposure can sometimes be playful or even defensive. What speaks louder is when your cat lies on their side, just enough for their stomach to peek out, and then sleeps like that near you. That partial vulnerability paired with unconscious rest, it's your cat telling you, I can afford to let my instincts take a break. 12. They follow the sound of your footsteps, but don't approach. Your cat might track your movements around the house. They hear your footsteps, and they quietly observe or follow at a distance. Not to demand attention, but simply to remain tethered to you. That trailing presence, often silent and subtle, isn't surveillance. It's attunement, like a child listening for a parent's voice in the other room. Not because they're afraid, but because it means everything's okay. 11. They sit near, but not touching, you when guests arrive. A cat that positions themselves in your vicinity, not in your lap, not in hiding, just within your reach, when unfamiliar people are present, is broadcasting something powerful. You're their baseline. In a room of unknowns, they choose the known. They don't need your arms, they just need your presence. And that silent decision to park themselves beside you instead of under the bed, that's deep emotional math. 10. They stop reacting to things you ignore. Cats are expert observers. But when they begin syncing their sense of danger, or lack of it, to yours, you've become more than just a companion. You're a reference point. If they see you glance at a loud crash and continue cooking, they They no longer need to investigate. If you don't react to the stranger on the porch, neither will they. You're not just a person, you're a filter, and they've decided your instincts are more reliable than theirs. 9. They bring their guarded toy into the open. Every cat has a toy they treat with more care than the others. One they bat softly, one they stash in private places, one that seems to hold some emotional weight. If your cat begins bringing that specific toy into the open, especially near you, they're doing more than sharing. They're revealing vulnerability. You've become the one place where even their most private behaviors feel safe to display. The toy isn't the gift, the behavior is. 8. They sit on elevated surfaces to observe you, and only relax once you notice. Cats love high vantage points, but when your cat perches quietly above and keeps their eyes fixed on you, not in a predatory way, but as if keeping gentle watch, and then visibly relaxes once you lock eyes, you're witnessing something tender. Your gaze regulates them. It's not dominance, it's orientation. Their nervous system uses your expression to decide how to feel, and the moment you look up and smile, they can finally settle. 7. They react to your routines before they happen. When a cat starts responding to patterns you haven't even initiated, moving to the couch before your afternoon tea, heading to the bedroom before your alarm, waiting near the door before you grab your keys, they're not psychic. They're syncing with you. You've become the metronome of their world, and when your energy shifts, they shift too. Not out of fear or curiosity, but because that rhythm keeps them safe. 6. They stretch fully beside you. Stretching is a moment of complete physical exposure. The belly opens, the limbs extend, the spine curves, and the cat becomes utterly defenseless. If they choose to stretch next to you, without tension, without hesitation, it's not just about comfort, it's release. You've created the conditions where they can risk that moment, and the more they stretch around you, the more their body confirms. Here, I am unwound. 5. They respond to your silence. A cat who reacts not to your voice but to your absence of sound is tuned in. If you sit quietly and they look over, shift positions, or draw closer, not out of boredom, but as if they felt a drop in the emotional pressure of the room, it means they're listening to you beyond words. They've calibrated to your being, not just your doing. That silence says as much to them as your affection ever could. 4. They let you interrupt their ritual. Cats are creatures of ritual. From grooming to eating to circling their bed 3 times before settling, their routines offer predictability in a world of chaos. So when you gently interrupt, petting them mid-groom or nudging them before they've completed a ritual, and they don't immediately walk away or tense up, that's not apathy. That's permission. They're allowing your presence to override a hardwired pattern, and that's not casual. That's sacred. 3. They ignore your shoes, but follow your socks. Shoes mean leaving. They're the carriers of foreign scents, long absences, unfamiliar roads. Socks, on the other hand, are what you wear when you stay. So when your cat sniffs at your shoes briefly but shows more interest in your sock-covered feet, lingering nearby, rubbing against them, settling beside them, they're making a choice. They're not just drawn to your scent, they're affirming something deeper. This version of you, the staying one, is the version that feels like home. 2. They bring stillness into your chaos. When everything feels overwhelming, emails, noise, decisions, and your cat simply sits near you, doing nothing flashy or cute, they're offering more than company. They're placing their stillness next to your storm. They're grounding you without asking for anything in return. It's not emotional support in the human sense. It's deeper. It's animal honesty. Because to sit with someone in silence while they're unraveling without trying to fix it, that's trust in both directions. 1. They come closer when you feel far away. On your worst days, the emotionally absent ones, when your voice is flat and your eyes are distant, your cat might act a little differently. They might approach you in ways they don't usually. Sit closer. Put a paw on your leg. Just look at you. It's not about cheering you up. It's about anchoring you when you've drifted too far from yourself. Because in your absence, they still sense presence. In your disconnect, they still seek connection. That's not a pet being cute. That's a sentient being choosing you as their lighthouse. And that changes everything. And there you have it. Those were the signs that you are their safe place. Curious for more insights? Discover the signs that show when they are mad at you, or learn about the signals you are missing that break their heart. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.